The Enchanted Forest. In a quiet little village, surrounded by endless green fields, there stood an ancient forest no one dared to enter. Whoever went inside never returned. The villagers called it the forest that watches. They whispered that the trees inside could see into your soul, revealing your deepest fears and secrets. Most villagers stayed far away from the Enchanted Forest. But Lyra, a curious young girl, could not resist its mystery. She often stood at the village's edge, gazing at the forest from afar and saying,
"People call it the forest that watches, but someday I will uncover what lies within."
One evening, as the sky turned golden, Lyra made her decision. With fear and a flicker of determination in her heart, she stepped beyond the village edge and walked toward the forbidden woods. At first, everything seemed calm when she entered the forbidden woods. She felt glad, seeing the beautiful flowers, soft grasses, and towering trees. Birds chirped faintly, and golden light danced through the leaves. She was mesmerized by the beauty of the forest. But the deeper she went, the quieter it became, until all sound faded into absolute silence. A faint worry crept into her heart as she continued walking. Strange pale yellow mushrooms lined the path, glowing like small lamps, flickering on and off in the darkness. A little afraid, she thought.
Just light, nothing else.
Then, the moment she passed beneath a dark arch of branches, the wind shifted. Something strange stirred in the air, but she didn't stop. Behind her, the path began to twist, vines creeping and crawling over the ground, swallowing the way she had come. She darted a look back, gasping. A soft whisper drifted through the air.
"No turning back."
Lyra's heartbeat quickened. She knew she was trapped inside. There was no escape now. So she forced herself to move forward, though her legs trembled and her breath raced. With every step forward, the forest grew stranger and more unreal. Suddenly, fear gripped her again as she noticed the tree branches swaying like long fingers, their leaves whispering softly. A faint mystical glow shimmered in the air around her. Then it struck her, this was no ordinary forest, the forest was alive. She thought.
This forest, it's breathing.
The leaves rustled gently, almost as if in reply. Further ahead, the trees began to whisper her secrets. The shadows twisted and shifted as if watching her every move. All of a sudden, the light dimmed, and darkness swallowed the path. Still, she kept walking, she was in a maze. The woods felt haunting. Every path curved into another, endless and strange. A chill crept through her when she realized every path and every tree looked the same. Panicking, she ran, turning from one path to another, but the forest only grew deeper. And then, she heard the whispers.
"You are weak. You will fail. You don't belong here."
A shiver ran through her. Her eyes darted around, but there was no one. The voices came from the trees, from the wind, from everywhere. Fear flooded her mind. Then, through the darkness, she saw something glimmer. A single glowing flower, brighter than the rest, stood leaning toward a hidden trail. Its petals swayed gently, as if beckoning her. Lyra thought.
It's showing me the way.
The flower glowed even brighter, as if it understood her thought. Guided by the flower's light, she stepped onto the hidden trail and followed it through the maze of trees. Soon, she reached the edge of a roaring river. The river's waters rushed wildly, blocking her way forward. The water shimmered silver, but the current roared with power. Trembling, she stepped onto a stone. It began sinking. And she hurried back to the riverbank. She tried again, but the same thing happened. Taking a shaky deep breath, she whispered,
I will cross this river, no matter what.
She stepped onto the stone once more. Yet it sank again. Frustrated and exhausted, Lyra broke down in tears. Then she sat quietly. Slowly, the water began to calm a little. After a moment, she noticed something magical, small, glowing stones appearing one by one, forming a path across the river. She understood that patience was the key, not force. Step by step, she waited, for each glowing golden stone to reveal itself. She crossed safely to the other side. Deeper still, the forest grew darker. She looked around, fearful, and noticed mushrooms glowing a soft blue in the shadows. She kept going. Worry knotting her stomach, thinking,
What will come next?
Suddenly, all the mushrooms stopped glowing, and the light dimmed. A hush fell over the forest. Ahead, a tunnel of twisted branches loomed, glowing eyes peered at Lyra from the darkness. Their silent gaze made her shiver, and fear gripped her. She gasped as she moved cautiously forward, careful with each step. Strangely, the tree whispered,
Go back. You aren't strong enough.
Terrified, Lyra wanted to run, but she forced herself to keep walking. Her steps were shaky, yet she refused to turn away. The eyes and whispers faded as she emerged from the tunnel. They had been testing her courage. Still, no path appeared. She continued onward, fearful and anxious, thinking,
What if I am trapped in this forest forever?
Again, the light dimmed, and she stepped into woods where flowers glowed a soft purple. It seemed magical, yet strangely eerie. In the clearing beyond, she found a majestic glowing oak tree. She was stunned, staring in awe, at its wise glowing face and bark. Its deep voice echoed,
Child, speak the truth. What are you most afraid of?
Lyra's lips trembled, she lowered her head and whispered,
I fear not being enough. I fear failing and disappointing everyone.
Then the tree glowed brighter, and a warm light spread. The surrounding trees shifted, opening a new path. She had passed the trial of truth. Lyra felt a spark of hope, but her greatest challenge still awaited, something darker, more daunting, deeper in the forest. As she followed the path, the air grew heavy. The forest seemed to hold its breath. She felt as if someone was following her every step. She spun around, but no one was there. Moments later, she turned again. Still no one appeared. Suddenly, a dark figure emerged. It was her reflection and said,
Cannot escape me. I am your fear, your regret, your weakness.
Lyra's heart pounded, and she started running. The shadow lunged at her, chasing her through twisting trees, swaying branches, and swirling fog.
You cannot escape me.
She stumbled, out of breath. Still, she fought to keep herself from falling. Finally, she pressed herself behind a tree, trembling. Then she remembered the forest's lessons: patience, courage, and truth. She realized she could either keep running forever or confront the shadow once and for all. She stepped out from behind the tree and said,
The shadow is my fear, but it cannot control me, and I am stronger than it.
Summoning all her courage, she faced the shadow, and it shattered into radiant green light, vanishing into the air. The forest seemed to sigh in relief. The air felt lighter. But Lyra's journey was not over yet. The forest still held her in its grasp. The clearing was calm, yet no path appeared. The silence was heavy, as if the woods waited for one final answer. Lyra looked around, her heart aching with both fear and hope. Then tiny golden fireflies appeared, circling her gently. Her face lit up with a bright smile. They floated off into the distance, forming a trail of light. She followed the trail, her steps cautious but steady. The golden fireflies led her through tall, twisting trees and under the beautiful silver leaf arches glistening in the dark. At last, she reached the oldest oak in the forest once again. Its trunk glowing softly, and its golden eyes watching her with kindness. The oak's deep voice rumbled.
Now, you have faced your fear, but tell me, do you trust yourself enough to leave this place?
Lyra thought of the river, the whispers, the trials, and the shadow. She placed her hand on the bark, and whispered,
Yes, I trust myself.
The oak glowed with bright golden light. Its branches shimmered like sunlight. Then to let her go out of the forest, the trunk slowly opened like a door. Lyra took a deep breath and stepped through. The next moment, she stood at the edge of her village under the golden sunset. She turned her gaze toward the forest. She emerged stronger, having faced her fears and discovered her true strength. From that day on, Lyra lived bravely and never let fear control her heart again. Moral: your fears are like mirrors, face them, or they will trap you forever.